Honestly, and we'll talk about a couple of things, and one more good thing. I'm gonna give some accolades to some people, or allocades, as Luger would have said. But we did have to sit through Liv Morgan and Zoe Stark, and R-Truth wrestled JD Funko. And I make note of this because somebody in the crowd had a sign that said "Pork Chop Cash and the Dream Machine"
Huh.
across from the hard camera.
I didn't watch those segments, so I missed it.
Yes, it was. Well, and there was Cornette face was on the second row all night, but guy looked like he was 6'8", I think, too. So nobody was going to tell him to take it off. But anyway, at 10 o'clock, Becky Lynch in-ring promo. And I'll tell you what, I know she can talk, and she's been over for her talking for some time. And sometimes I give the whole women's division, I got other things to do. But I want to see what's going on because I want to see what her interaction is going to be with Rhea Ripley. And again, she did a good promo about her obsession with wrestling, as both as a fan and then as she gotten into it, and how, she sacrificed family and her daughter has to see her get beat up and bloody, but she's also going to have to see the brutality that she's capable of. And you can tell she's got a ton of input in this. This is something that this was hers, and she I don't know what the procedure is up there or the process these days. Did she go to the writers and say, "Hey, I want to say this shit. I've got this input," or whatever, but this was her shit, at least quite a bit of it. And then, when she did that, then she redirected to, she was a mother, but she wanted to talk to mommy. And then they chant mommy, mommy, because they love Rhea Ripley. And Becky Lynch tells the fans, "You don't think anybody can beat her, but I ain't just anybody." And she asked for a drink, and it looked like they gave her either a lemonade or a urine sample. Did you? The fuck?
It was a little more yellow than water would be, yes.
Well, but it was, we've seen, obviously, beer in arena plastic cups in the Austin segments, or if she didn't want people to think she's drinking beer, then it could have been water, or it could even be cola covered. But lemonade, was that the first choice? I don't know. Anyway, she gets the drink, and she asks everybody to raise a drink or raise your popcorn or raise your fist to Rhea Ripley, and they start doing it. And she says her last few weeks as champion, bottoms up. And then the people kind of boo a little bit. But instead of Rhea Ripley music, we get Ripley's Believe It or Not music. Here comes the refrigerator. And she plods to the ring with a microphone, speaking in her Valium-induced monotone with no emotion, no inflection, and a touch of bad acting. And that just, the voice, you would expect her to sound, my God, can we get Beatrice Arthur to do her voiceover, right? So you would expect some kind of shrewish, monstrous, but instead it's like, she sounds like Sable. And it just blows the look. And she gets in the ring and has a face-off with Becky, which, obviously there's a size differential. And that's where I've also noticed the young man wearing the Cornette face shirt. And did you listen to any of this? Do you know what I'm about to talk about?
I kind of didn't know.
Okay, well, I encourage everybody to, if you want to see some rotten fucking acting. The refrigerator tells Becky Lynch, her story is how much she respects her for what she just said, this promo that she had done about her obsession with wrestling and her relationship with her daughter. And Jax says, "If my mother was half the mother that you are, I'd be lucky." And she says, "And hopefully one day I can be a mother and use you as an example to and she starts trying to fake cry. And her voice is the cracking, kind of like when Lucy was crying whenever Ricky'd get upset about something. And then the refrigerator tells Becky that she knows that Becky's going to win at Elimination Chamber because of her drive for her daughter. So that Becky, you're going to go to WrestleMania, and then she gets real fake serious, and I'm going to beat Rhea, so it'll be you and me. And now we get Rhea Ripley music. And this was like two diamonds sandwiching a sequin. Because here comes somebody that looks like a star, and of course she didn't even bother to talk, but she talks like a star whenever and she hits the ring and takes the refrigerator down and attempts to unplug her and defrost her. But in the skirmish, the refrigerator squashes Rhea in the corner, but it just happens to be the corner that Becky Lynch is standing in, and so Becky Lynch gets squashed too. And now Rhea's down, but as Jax is going to kill Ripley, Becky Lynch climbs to the top rope and drop kicks the refrigerator, and she takes a bump out to the floor and tries to get back on the apron, and Rhea comes over and gives her the big boot off the apron and keeps the danger on the floor, but now there's Becky and Rhea in the ring together. So even this was a great angle. It's just, if anybody else with a personality could look like the refrigerator and could actually do this, and it'd make it interesting. That's my thought.
Well, I look forward to Becky and Rhea at WrestleMania. It's the road to WrestleMania that's the bumpy path.